Alright, so this is my favorite build right now. It is a DPS group buff build. Uh, the best thing about it, if you repair yourself, everybody within 20 meters will also get your armor kits. And also, group members deal 10% bonus damage to targets with a status effect. And fire grenades. Very, very nice. I think this also does bleed damage when it explodes. I think. Anyway, so this gives everybody bleed ammo. So they'll get 20% extra weapon damage for half their clip. It applies bleed, so targets that can bleed uh, or are affected by a status effect like shock, if it is a device, will take 10% extra damage if it can 20% from the ammo, and then they will get a bleed tick as well if the target can bleed. But even if it can't, they'll still get amplified weapon damage. Coyote's Mask works for the whole team as well. It's going to get one of 3 buffs, so great for the whole team. And lastly, kind of, is the Grudge with targets out of cover. So enemies within, allies within 20 meters, just like your repair kit. If you kill something with a status effect, ergo bleed ammo, and you get a full clip, and the chest piece, instead of 20, you get 50%. So very nice. I've tried this a couple of ways, but if you want to help your whole team, the Grudge is definitely the best. Um, you and everybody else gets critical hit chance and critical hit damage. Most people will be running almost, if they're not 60, they're probably within like 56 plus. So you're just going to max out their critical chance and then give them another 21% critical hit damage unless they're a healer or a tank or a skill build. But still, they might have like 20, 30. So you'll take them pretty close to cap with the Grudge, and you have a chance to give them another 25% critical hit chance, or 10%, or just another critical hit damage. So, Coyote's Mask with the Grudge is amazing for helping your whole team get critical hit chance and damage. And this can start you off with bleed ammo because it shocks, it disorients, poisons, and if it's a heavy, this is, or a dog, uh, big electrical shooty thing, or any kind of other um, electrical or skill, you can basically shock it, which will cause skills to take damage or dogs. Also, on heavies, 20% damage from all sources, plus disorient and shock, which are 2 stuns. Great for the whole team because they'll get 20% amplified damage from this, 20 from the bleed ammo that you give them, hopefully, and then another 10% from uh, being a survivalist. So, survivalist targets that take status effect. Uh, it only works for your team, so very nice for them. So, a total of 50% extra damage, 20 ammo, 20 from this, and 10 from your specialization. Yeah. I have the orbit, but you can use whatever you want. I'm running a Reviver Hive, which can help you or a teammate. The skill tier is because of the event that's going on. So usually it's only one. So take that with a grain of salt. and then a auto heal. So nice for you, nice for everybody else. And then the backpack, this is what can make you tanky. Uh, so you get armor regen, always nice, and then perfect bloodsucker multiplies your armor uh, by with this build. Excuse me, with an armor core here, and all these at 12, so you don't need mats as long as your expertise is 12. You will be sitting at a little bit over a million, which will give you 2.2 million armor, which makes you a tank if you can get a kill, one kill every 10 seconds, which isn't that hard, even though you're buffing everybody else. This has, oh, I should probably tell you this. This is what I recommend. Uh, I've tried it a bunch of different ways, but weapon handling just helps you get a little bit more stability and accuracy. Extended clip, the 10% reload speed doesn't matter because you get 15% from uh, your armor set, and then this gives you weapon handling, which also increases reload speed. So you just extra rounds, very helpful. I've tried it some other ways. Accuracy and optimal range, just so you can use this as your main weapon, and it's a little bit better than close to mid range. Um, I do have mine at 27. I want to get it to 30, but pretty lazy. Uh, I have crit hit damage, crit hit chance on everything, and if it only has one bar, it is critical hit damage. So status effects, reload speed. Oh, it's 30. Wow. Uh, critical hit damage with a critical hit damage mod. Critical hit damage. Critical hit damage. Critical hit damage. Crit hit chance. Crit hit damage with a critical hit damage mod. 1% armor regain, and of course, bloodsucker, multiplying my armor by 1.2, which would be a total of 2.2 million with some change. Makes this fairly tanky if you can get the kills. You also get some baby heals from this, 1% from that, and if you can maintain kills, this you can solo it, but there's better solo builds to be honest. I don't know what could make a team better than this build, other than a straight heal build. But I've had almost the cap for damage. So I had negative 2 billion, and the cap is negative 2.1. So I did over 4 billion damage with this build, um, and heroics. So if you're doing that much damage, the team is obviously like a skill build, a tank, or a healer. But it can deal damage, and if it is a top tier DPS build, um, they're going to enjoy the extra critical hit damage, whether it's 25%, 10, probably not the critical hit chance, if I'm being honest. So if you're close and personal, and you can put skulls, uh, getting what 46% extra critical hit damage, and if they were within like 6% of the cap, they'll be at cap uh, with perfectly vindictive. Not only that, but you'll increase their weapon damage and give a little bit of baby heals, and can also help with heavies because of the Scorpio, um, and just giving them bleed ammo, and then anything with a status effect, even if they run out of bleed ammo, which will decrease their the damage you would give, which would be 20%, as long as the target is still bleeding or is shocked or has any other status effect, they're going to get a 10% bonus because of this. And hopefully they have Vindictive, which will give them 21% critical damage. And then coyotes, as long as you shoot a bullet, they will get a bonus. So if you shoot a bullet and never do anything else again, they will get one of 3 bonuses. Um, so very helpful. Not pretty. It's kind of squishy if you don't get kills, but of course there's armor kits. This can help heal you. Um, nice DPS, not the best, obviously. It's not meta, but I think it is a meta support DPS build. Um, Nobody's going to complain about 20% extra weapon damage, and if it can be status, another 10, and then vindictive, helping their critical hit damage. They probably don't need chance. So 20 plus 25, or 21 plus 25, so 46% extra critical damage. Amazing. Sorry for rambling. I think that's all you need to know. I can't think of anything else. So once I get vindictive, uh, not even assuming coyotes. So coyotes would put me at 53 or nothing for critical hit chance, or an extra 25%. So either way, I'm very close to cap. And once I get vindictive, I'm over. Uh, with vindictive and the coyotes at 10%. What is that? 31%. So I'm over cap. 31% on that. 58, so close to cap. And then 22. So if you get vindictive alone and are close or far, if you're far, you'll definitely have it. 45 is definitely enough to get cap. 31 would be 53, so still good. 153% critical hit damage. And of course, my my watch is over 1,000. So I don't know. It's my favorite build to play with. I like helping my team. Some baby heals. Most of the time, I'm not going down, uh, even though I play pretty hard. But let's do some gameplay. I don't really PvP, so I don't know how well it would do. Let's see. Nothing. Let's see about this one. And if you're actually better at this game than me, should be pretty easy for you. This guy's already got the build. So somebody is using bleed ammo. So I'm gonna just drop my heal ball. And we can also look at what they're running. They're probably running a DPS meta. Okay, kind of. It's running like a weird status bullet king. It's really weird. So everybody's got skulls. And if this guy, so he is not running Survivor. So he's getting extra 50. Oh, he's not wearing the chest piece. Oh, he's crazy. Not really worried about the medical assistance. Getting a little bit of armor regen. Got that guy some skulls. Refresh my skulls. Alright, so it's a heavy. Pull this bad boy out. Then give him the business. Got some skulls. Got some skulls up. Look at that, everybody's got skulls. Happy boy. Joy, joy. So they're not gonna get the bonus from me, or they are, but even if I wasn't here. But because I have Survivor, they're getting the 10%. Even if I wasn't wearing this build because somebody else is wearing Odie. And they're getting. Oh, are we just going in the room? Okay. Hee hee hee.
I guess you could call that clean.
Skulls for everybody. You can see my armor is pretty. I only got half, but the little broken shield is from Survivor. And they're getting a 10-10 bonus from Coyotes. Get some skulls up. Drop my heal ball. Ah, still fine. Lol. Isn't there a box? Go in, drop my heal ball, throw a fire grenade. Pull out the shotty. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Hey, while you're in there, do me a favor. Recover everything you can on broad spectrum antivirus.
A lot of times you have to destroy this little heal bot, like right now. So probably best to destroy it after every engagement if you're doing a mission slash dungeon. Oh, got everybody with skulls. Not a guaranteed increase in damage, but pretty close. That should be it. Somebody picked up the key. I don't think I need anything. Yeah, this is basically the more helpful version of Odie. Yeah, you can make Odie deal a lot more damage, but for the survivability and the help, I don't really think it gets better than this. If it does, leave it in the comments if anybody ever sees this video. Drop my heal ball. Find a red man. Get skulls for everybody. Oh, fire grenade. Skulls and heals. Get the boss. CC'd. Little skull action. Also think this goes along with the philosophy. You don't need defense if you have offense. So that's the build, and that's some gameplay. Let's see how much damage I did. I didn't come in at the start of the mission. But I did 300 million. Did the most kills. I feel like that's pretty good for missing, I think, one room, two rooms. I didn't miss that much though, but still pretty awesome. I hope that helps. Enjoy.